Hi, I'm Hank Hivnor, and I'm a medium and a clairvoyant and a healer. And I'm going to be leading you on a guided meditation today that's really helpful for letting go of obsessive thoughts and negative thinking. If you find yourself obsessing about something that you can't seem to get out of your mind, the monkey mind, this is a really great way to clear your space, clear your mind, clear your psychic space. So take a nice deep breath, inhale, and exhale. And feel the weight of your body on your chair or your bed or whatever surface it is that you're on. Knowing that the chair or the bed is supported by the floor, which is supported by the building, which is supported by the earth. So it's okay to let go and relax. I'd like you to close your eyes, and I'd like you to imagine that you're walking up the steps towards a beautiful library. And this library has such a sense of regalness to it. It just feels like a very important place as you ascend the marble steps. And you can see that on the outside of the library, engraved into the stone, there's your name. So this library is your library. It has your name on it. As you enter into this space, you see the high ceilings and you feel this overwhelming sense of welcoming. This is your library. There's sunlight streaming through the windows. There's beautiful objects. There's all different kinds of books on the shelves. And there's file cabinets. And this place just has a wonderful, relaxing atmosphere. And now I'd like you to introduce yourself to the librarian. The librarian appears before you, and it's really a wonderful feeling like an old friend. And just say hello to them, to he or she, or whoever they are. And they greet you with open arms and friendliness. And now I'd like you to think of a person or a situation that has been driving you crazy lately. An obsessive thought or something that you're upset about that you can't seem to let go of. And you continue to obsess about it. And one way to figure out what this is if you're trying to go to sleep at night and you maybe are woken up by thoughts, angry thoughts, obsessing about a circumstance or a person, or you just can't get to sleep. You can't let it go. So what I'd like you to do is, once you've figured out what that thought is that you can't let go of, invite the librarian to pull up all the files concerning this person or circumstance. And the librarian they know this library so well. They're a genius expert at their job, and they know where all the files are about this circumstance or person. So they pull up all the files. And I'd like you to imagine that all the files concerning this thought or circumstance or person are now floating in front of you. And there may be just a few, or there may be hundreds of files. All the information that you've stored about this person or circumstance. So now I'd like you to ask the librarian to deactivate all of the files. And as the files are being deactivated, take a nice deep breath in and exhale, and really allow your whole body, your whole consciousness to release these files as they're being deactivated. And you might feel actual parts of your body. You might feel your heart center releasing something. You might notice tension leaving your body in certain areas. So it's okay to just take a moment and really be conscious of how there's a shift in your consciousness. There's a weight being lifted or some tension being released. And just take a moment to fully process and allow that to happen. And so there's no longer any kind of connection to this information. There's no electrical impulse going to this information. So it's no longer connected to you because they have deactivated all of these files. And now you're going to ask the librarian which of these files need to be incinerated, because there's a very hot fire burning in the basement of the library. And this is where they dispose of all the old books and old files that are no longer useful. And the librarian knows exactly which files need to be let go of forever and which files should be held on to just for memory. And the librarian is a genius and knows exactly which files need to be destroyed. So we're just going to trust the librarian to do that right now. And I'd like you to imagine that the librarian is taking the files that need to be destroyed, and it may be all of them. But there may be one or two that need to be held on to for memory's sake. They're deactivated now, so they won't affect you anymore, but they may have some importance to your higher consciousness, and in which, if that's the case, the librarian will hang on to those. So the librarian now takes the files that are ready to be destroyed and incinerates them in the oven. And now they are gone. And now we're going to ask the librarian to take the remaining files and put them wherever they're supposed to go. And the librarian knows exactly where they're supposed to go because they know the library very well. And now you're going to ask the librarian to create a new file. And this is a new file to replace all of the files that have been deactivated. It's like setting up a new consciousness, a new reality around this subject. And it's just a nice big piece of paper or file. And the librarian is going to write something on this file that is really pretty simple, just kind of like you're cool, I'm cool, or just kind of like sending out a positive vibration to whatever it was that you were upset about. Very simple, just like this is good, this is safe, everything's good. And that's kind of like the simplest form of something to go into that space. So the librarian goes ahead and creates a new file that's just like a positive statement around the situation. And now the librarian knows exactly where to put this file into your consciousness. So after you've completed this, I'd like you to thank the librarian And the librarian thanks you and says, "Thanks for stopping by." And they assure you that you can return to the library at any time to deactivate any other files that you may need to. And in this process, you may be aware of a lot of other files that you may want to delete. Because in the absence of those obsessive thoughts, there's a lot of space with which to enjoy life, to relax, for rest, or new space in your mind for new ideas and projects, new friendships, new possibilities. So I'd like you to say goodbye to the librarian, and you turn and you walk out of the library and down the beautiful marble steps and back into your reality at home, sitting on your chair or your bed. And take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, just welcome yourself back into your space. And you can do this exercise again. You can return to the library using this guided meditation or on your own. So I hope that you've enjoyed this new technology, and I hope that you enjoy using it and clearing space and for new positive, good vibes and good things in your life. Thank you so much.